Hello, it's Lisa here from Lisa's Creative Niche, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own watercolored backgrounds with embossed stamps. I'm using Altenew's Floral Motifs as well as their Sentiments and Quotes stamp sets. I absolutely love all of their stamp sets, but these are some of my favorites. And I in particularly wanted to work with this one floral image that I hadn't given much love lately, so this was fun for me to do. Now, as you noticed, I went ahead and got my watercolored cardstock ready for embossing by going over it with my stamping buddy, or my embossing buddy, I should say. And this just helps so the embossing powder won't stick to everything on the paper and it'll fall off easily and only stick where I stamp. Now you can see that I'm going around with my Versamark ink pad and I'm stamping my floral image in various places, and you'll see where I pick it up like right there and I look to see in the light where I've already stamped because it's hard to see unless you pick it up a little. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run my embossing powder over this. For complete details on what products I use, please feel free to visit my blog. I will have a list of everything that I use, and I'll try to add it here on the YouTube information section, so look there as well. And here you can see it came back. I already heated it. It has a nice shiny look. I decided I was going to watercolor with my distress markers today. And at first when I laid them all out, I was going to do a whole different look, but then when I started working with it, I just went with what I picked up, and I really liked the result at the end. Now, what I chose to do for watercoloring is I took my marker and I made, I just colored slightly where I wanted the most color to be, and then I took my water brush and I pulled it outward by going in with clean water and just pulling that color out to move towards where I've laid the water down. And this leaves more of the color in that one line area that I draw on there, and then just pulls the color lightly out for the shading. I'm going to go ahead and do this on the centers of each of the flowers. And you'll notice that sometimes I use my finger to try and sop up a little bit of extra water because sometimes it gets a little too watery. Now I'm going to go ahead and just draw lines again like I did with the floral center. I'm just drawing lines at the base, and then I just go in with my clean wet paintbrush and pull the color out. And I believe that I used barn door for this color, and then the other red that I use is the Mahogany distress marker. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go around and pull the color out for each petal, and I just do this repeatedly. It might seem a little monotonous watching this video, but I actually find it really soothing and relaxing to me to do it. So I enjoy doing things like this. And here I've gone ahead and skipped forward to the entire background is already colored, and now I've colored a little bit on my craft mat, and I went in with clean water with my paintbrush and I'm just tapping it off to create kind of a fun, messy background. While this form of watercoloring is a more controlled when you emboss your image, gives you a more controlled look or feel, I like the messy look that watercoloring gives as well, so I felt like the splatters would kind of help bring this out in the background. You'll also notice that I went in with a paper towel there because I had put too much water and some of my color actually went outside of my embossing. But by adding these splatters, it also helped to try and mask that little boo-boo, if you want to call it that, but I kind of like it. And next I'm going to go with my sentiment. I happen to lay it down right where I liked it. So I go in with my Versafine ink And I love this ink pad, especially for these in particular sentiments, because they're very small and delicate, and the Versafine really picks up on all the tiny intricacies of this stamp set. Now, I could have stopped there and just left it sort of as a one-layer card, but I, of course, couldn't do that, and I happened to have these sequins sitting out on my mat for another project, and I went ahead and grabbed them, and they looked so good on here, so I go ahead and add those with my glossy accents. And I also chose to do it in that triangle pattern with the sequins to try and draw your eyes up from one corner moving across to where my sentiment is. And there you go. And here's my finished project. And I show you again with it angled so you can see how pretty and shiny it is in real life. Thank you for stopping by. Bye.